Welcome to Wednesday. It's the last day of July, July 31st, 2024. This Day Weather Podcast is being brought to you by Wyoming State Parks. Why wonder about the outdoors in Wyoming? Explore the statewide interactive outdoor recreation wonder map to find your next adventure. The weather today is not good at all in terms of where we are with the fire activity that has really ramped up. Colorado especially, but here recently as well, Wyoming started to see some fire activity beginning to get started. Looks like some of these fires starting from lightning strikes that occurred during a lot of lightning activity that occurred late last week and over the weekend. Sometimes you'll get a lightning strike up in the mountains. You'll get a smoldering area. Then as the winds and the heat picks up, those smoldering areas can really rapidly expand and turn into fire activity. And we're going to be looking at a critical day today because the winds are going to be picking up, humidities are going to be low, and it's going to be hot. So we could have extreme fire behavior today. Most of the thunderstorms will be in the southern areas, Arizona, New Mexico, then out into the plain states. That's where the rain-producing thunderstorms will be. Isolated thunderstorms elsewhere, that will do more harm than good. Rain prospects through the next 2 days and into Friday for most of you look poor. Now, the rain chances get a little better, not great, a little better with a few more thunderstorms this weekend. And as we've been discussing, there's another subtropical moisture plume, a moisture surge, a monsoonal moisture surge coming into the area next week. And I do think rain chances are looking pretty good. So there's help on the way, but it's several days away. There's a nice shot out in Sweetwater County, Wyoming, out at the county fairgrounds. Beautiful pink sky there. And the evening's quite nice if you're not in a smoky area. And speaking of smoke, courtesy of Jan Curtis here, is a GOES satellite loop that is showing the smoke plumes from the fires near Loveland and Boulder. And then if you look up here as well, smoke plume from the fire that's up in the Hartfield, Guernsey area. And you can see the cloud buildup during the course of the day. But that cloud buildup was associated with a lot of thermal activity and extreme fire behavior, and the smoke plume visible from pretty far away. This is a shot from Cheyenne looking south of that smoke plume from Loveland going all the way out across northeastern Colorado and into the panhandle of Nebraska. This is the area of concern today, this low scooting across to the divide into the plains. Notice the black lines representing areas of equal pressure they're stacked up there right along the Continental Divide. So this is going to make for some windy areas right here, windy where we have ongoing fires. So this is going to be a critical day. We'll likely see a lot of fire growth in some areas, and hopefully you don't want to get another one started. There are the wind gust potentials through the course of the day today. So that you can see the green areas is where the winds will be strongest and the most gusty. But there's a lot of darker blue. It's just going to be breezy in the afternoons with the heat of the day. And with the very dry air, as you can see in the brown, relative humidities, especially here along the Front Range of Colorado, are extremely low. So fire danger is going to remain extremely high. Fire behavior could be extreme in some areas. In the white and green areas, that's where your showers and thunderstorms are going to be today in those more active areas I just circled. And here is the lightning projection for today. So you can see out across the plains of Kansas, the panhandles up into central Nebraska, South Dakota, then into the upper Midwest. And then closer to the deeper subtropical moisture, you're going to have activity there. But elsewhere across the West, very little going on today. That's how it's going to go tomorrow. This is tomorrow. We do see, though, a little bit of surge of moisture into southern Colorado. So along and south of Interstate 70 here, Colorado's got some chance for thunderstorms, dry elsewhere. Arizona, New Mexico, continuing with the moisture. This is for Friday. Now, notice on Friday, some of that moisture creeps up into southeastern Wyoming, the Front Range of Colorado, but west of the divide, it's still very dry. So we might see a little bit more in the way of thunderstorm activity along the Front Range on Friday. Slim pickings elsewhere, except for Arizona, New Mexico, and parts of the Great Basin. But this moisture right here is going to expand and grow this weekend, then start to curve eastward by early next week. This is the precipitation forecast through Friday afternoon. Pretty spotty, more active here in the southern areas, dry elsewhere. As we get into the weekend, this is Saturday, kind of a similar situation to Friday, where the southern areas are going to fare the best, closer to the deeper moisture. But what will happen going forward is that moisture begins to expand, moves more eastward and more northward. So on Sunday, Utah, western Colorado, western areas of Wyoming, central and western Montana, these will be rain-producing thunderstorms. Most of them will. We'll get the moisture back up again. So this is going to head eastward. So as we get into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, well, here's the deeper subtropical moisture. So we see the dark blue, the dark green, things are going to be able to produce rain. Those thunderstorms are going to be deeper, taller, more moist to work with. That is all the way through Thursday. So basically, there's going to be a stretch of weather where the moisture chances look a lot better. Now, this is for the period of time from this weekend till next Friday. So this is impressive. Eastern Colorado, Nebraska, parts of Wyoming, out into the plains, continuing down here, even into sections of Montana. This is a better chance of rain-producing thunderstorms next week. Some areas down here in the southern areas of Colorado, New Mexico, panhandle areas, you'll get into the action earlier. But for this area of rain, chances getting better. A lot of this is what we have to wait for late in the weekend and early next week. So hopefully what we're seeing here comes to fruition. I think this will probably be our deepest monsoon moisture plume of the season. Could it be the last real deep one? It might be. But we've got a chance of some rain-producing thunderstorms next week in that moisture plume. We'll keep our fingers and toes crossed. Have yourself a good Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow.